All righty, I believe we are now live. And so let me go ahead and make sure that we are getting this out there to the Facebook street so we can make sure that everyone is set to go. 1 second, please. All righty, I believe we are now live. We welcome each and every one of you to My City, My Biz. So we're just getting this shared to Facebook, My City, My Biz, and so that everyone can join us. So hopefully you are looking for us right there. And we will also make sure that this is streamed to LinkedIn as well as other platforms that Entrepreneur Society currently hosts. So thank you so very much for joining us on today. Today, we have a major treat for you. And so I want to make sure that we go ahead and get them announced properly. But let me go ahead and make sure that I put it in one more place so that we can make sure that you all are in contact and connecting with these amazing young ladies as I go ahead and share with you exactly why I'm so excited that they are on My City, My Biz live magazine. That is right. So 1 second as we go ahead and get this on over here to our other channel. Let's see. And yes, we are now set and we are ready to go. So great day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Shantina Gladney with the Entrepreneur Society. And so we are here because we are ready to present you with, guess what? The live magazine. That is right. My City, My Biz. This is our 11th annual event that will be taking place. But these individuals, they have been involved with My City, My Biz at some capacity. And so, but what we're here to do is to make sure that you are connecting with them. That's the whole thing. Our mission is to revive the economy in our communities, one entrepreneur at a time. That's what we continue to do. And that's exactly the heart that these two young ladies have. They have an amazing enterprise that they're going to be able to share with you. A lot of people, they wonder like, oh, what are you talking about? Fresh water. What are you talking about? Cleaning. What are you talking about? Taking care of my body. All of those things. It's all about our lifestyle, right? We say that life is what you have, but lifestyle is truly how you choose to live it. And I tell you, these young ladies, they are definitely the epitome of showing us how it is that you can just every single day make sure you're living that lifestyle. So I want to bring up to the line none other than the Jaqueline King, as well as the Erica Mitchell. How are you ladies doing? Look at them. I love that energy. That's them, y'all. They're not putting on at all a show. This is who they are. Yes. Oh my goodness. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. We're doing great.
Yes.
You know, anytime we get a chance to talk about business and community building and health and wellness and life more abundantly, we get excited.
Wow.
So thank you for having me on. I'm Jaqueline King and
I'm Erica Mitchell. I'm excited to be a part of this amazing, you said 11 years, and we always see the number 11, 11 or something like that. We always see it, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Somebody else asked me, how long were you doing My City, My Biz? And I said, it's been like maybe 8 to 9 years, but it's actually 11 years. So it's been a minute, and that's what we're talking about. In order for our community to grow, we got to be a part of the growth.
That's right. Wow. Because you know what? And actually, Erica, it was brought to me through youth. My youngest daughter, she wanted to raise money to be able to buy her a camera to become a photographer. So she did what was called the Candy Tables or whatever, called Candy Company. She named her company. So she did those amazing tables. But then we also have Crystal Stott's daughters, Shauna Weatherspoon daughters, Michael Campbell. All of us, our kids were so interested in entrepreneurship. So we launched our very first My City, My Biz on Farwell at our corporate headquarters at that time that was on Farwell Avenue in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So can you imagine if I would have been like, that's our little expo? No, I was able to see beyond that because also all of us were struggling entrepreneurs. We were rubbing pennies and nickels together, but we were able to come together and to be able to get into events together collaboratively because we couldn't afford to pay $500 or $1,200 for a booth. We knew the value of it, but we just couldn't afford it. So that's when we said, no, this has to be birthed for all entrepreneurs. And that's when we came together as a group and we said, we putting our $100 together and we gonna make this happen. And we did. And thus is history with My City, My Biz. It hasn't been easy, but entrepreneurship is not easy. But is it worth it? It most definitely is.
Yes.
Yes. So, wow. So thank you, ladies. And so I have so many questions, but I want to make sure that I give you guys your time. But the first thing I want to be able to ask the both of you, I see you and you always hear me say, stop pressing the snooze buttons on your dreams. And I see the both of you continue to run after it. So at what point in time, first of all, let me know the name of your companies, right? What is the name of your companies? Because we're going to ease our way into how that snooze button was pressed, maybe, and could have been pressed continuously, but you guys choose to not keep sleeping on your dreams. And so what is the name of your companies as well, Jaqueline? And then what are the names of your company as well as Erica?
Okay, so I'll start first. The name of my business is Clearing Fresh Water. We're a local minority-owned water distributor and of water supplies, water accessories. It started back in 2016, officially.
Awesome.
However, my uncle started Clearing Fresh Water. He was a water distributor down in Aurora, Illinois, and started in 1985. So he has been in the business for a very long time.
Yes.
So he came to me one day. I was in school. So I've been an entrepreneur. Let me just back up. I've been an entrepreneur my entire adult life.
Okay.
I started off in the cleaning business and did a couple of hundreds of other little small businesses on the side. But back in 2007, my cleaning company and my in-home family daycare just kind of went under. And I was struggling, trying to figure out how to pay my bills, what I was going to do because I was an entrepreneur and people just wasn't going to pay me $100,000 to run it. But that's the value I put on my life. I was like, okay, even though my business kind of suffered and went under, and I had some, helpful tips to help you not do what I did.
Yes.
And that's later. I'll share that later. However, I was just sitting there like, what in the world am I going to do? I know I'm a great business owner. I know how to get out there and hustle and bustle. And, I didn't lose faith in myself. I was just trying to figure out what's the next step. So I decided I wanted to go back to school, get myself a degree because nobody wanted to pay me my asking salary without a degree. I was filling out. So I was filling out job applications to. I
know you ladies are multitasking.
I thought it was me that lost them.
Okay.
Enjoy your meeting.
Thank you. So at that time, I had my kids and I'm just trying to figure out what's the next step in life. When you've been an entrepreneur your entire adult, life, it was just a real come to Jesus moment. So I decided to go back to school, get a degree in business. And so I started off at MATC, part-time at night, going to school. And a friend of mine introduced me to exporting. Yeah. And I got really excited about helping small business export their products overseas. I'm like, this is something we're lacking in our community. You know, we have great entrepreneurs, but they're really small entrepreneurs just focused on the local demographics, or maybe they're even nationwide, but how many of us are actually just reaching across the waters and attaining new customer bases and areas? So that interests me. I went to school, I got a degree in global business, and right before graduation, my uncle says to me like, hey, have you thought about the water industry? So I'm like, no, tell me more. So at that time, Flint, Michigan was having their crisis. And so I switched lanes. I jumped in head first. And we just assumed the name Clear and Fresh Water because that was his brand. And we moved our locations here to Milwaukee and hit the ground running. So we offer water delivery service, custom label bottled water, water testing, and water filtrations. And so where you can find all that information, all of that great stuff about us is at clearfreshwater.com.
Wow.
And so in the midst of all of that creation, I'm just like a person that has 1,000 ideas, and that's what an entrepreneur is. To me, you just always see needs and you're trying to solve them. How do I solve this problem over here? And so Erica and I, we've been best friends since I was 16.
She was 16.
I was 16 years old when we met, and she's helped me in the cleaning service that I owned as I was a franchise owner with Jaqueline. We've been partners with the family daycare, and we worked distributing water together. And so one day it was like, hey, you thought about starting a cleaning service again? And I'm like, no, heck no, I don't want to deal with people no more. Oh my God, I had just felt like I had a horrible experience with that, but she talked me into it. We started that about 2 years ago, and been hitting the ground running. And so that's Clean Bees. I'll let her explain more of that after Erica just kind of talk about herself some too.
Most people know me.
Wonderful.
Shantina, I'm excited to be here, and I enjoy Jackie's story because when you're with a person, you're a part of that story. So I know the behind the scenes, the tears and all that stuff that come with it. You know, we give you excitement of the business is this way and that way, but most people don't understand the sweat, the tears, you know, the family and friends that's involved with it. And then those people who are not supposed to be there for a long period of time, they sort of got to be moved to the back burner. But I'm known for, you know, personal training and things like that with Body by E. And I love fitness. I love what I do. But I had this itch inside of me about cleaning. And so when I did bring it to Jackie, she was like, no, I ain't doing that ever again. Don't bring it up.
Yes.
So I left it alone because, you know, when I came on with her, with Jaqueline, it's a big difference when you love something that you do. I'm OC. I learned to accept that. And so when it comes to cleaning, I have this thing about being clean in different ways. You know, like she'd tell me, we got to be efficient because she ran a business for over 25 years. So she knows what she's talking about, but I'm that person that I'll see something and I want to get it. I want to touch that real quick because it look nasty.
Wow.
But I enjoy the partnership because one of the things that I love about our partnership and relationship period is how we teach each other different things that we've learned. And so coming into the cleaning business, and we came up with Clean Bees actually at a park when we were sitting at the park because we wanted to do other things besides, you know, just cleaning office spaces and things. So it's more than what most people think. We want to help save lives, you know, in order to keep your home clean, you know, your life clean, your business clean, your whole entire well-being, you have to be clean, and you got to know how to clean even in your own home. And so we taking it to the next level with making sure people, not only the businesses that's out there that's clean, your home, your personal space. More than likely, you know, our bathrooms are mostly filled with most bacteria than any other place, you know, in our home. And so we share those, you know, common areas, and we have to be careful because the ventilation is not the same as being outside. And especially with COVID being out here, this was like the perfect timing for us to get back in to the cleaning business. Most people look at it like, oh, money is in it. It's different when you love what you do.
Yes. Yes, it
Because you
is.
can make a lot of money doing some things and then just get sick and tired of it. You can never get tired of cleaning. That's me. You can never get tired. But I love the way Jackie do the numbers. She's like, if we do it this way, this can happen. So I look at those things. And so getting back in and delivering water with her and us cleaning, the properties that we clean, the businesses and things like that. And not only that, preparing our youth. You brought up,
Yes.
how the kids started. It started with the youth. That's how we feel. Starting with our children, because the generation that's coming behind them, they have to train them. We may no longer be around to give them, what we've experienced. So they have to give it to the next generation, then the generation after them. So that's a big deal for me. We just received our certification with HAZWOPER, where is it that we are able to clean, dangerous sites, hazardous sites, instead of just
Right.
vacuuming and wiping things
Congrats.
down. Yeah, so it's
Yes.
very important. We specialize in windows, floors, carpet, everything. Our goal is to make sure we have employment for every need. So if we just specialize in windows and somebody just specializes in windows, we're going to hire you for just windows. That's
Yes.
pretty much it. But we want to be able to get our youth involved with keeping themselves clean. Me mentally, that's something that's very important when you are around space that's cluttered, and making sure you take care of your area, and making sure, when you go in that public bathroom, certain things that we do in public bathrooms, and we expect the cleaners to clean up our mess behind us, not being mindful that you wouldn't want somebody to do that to you.
That's
So
right.
yeah, we want to make sure that we keep our businesses open. We have a lot of churches and a lot of schools and a lot of areas that need to still be open so we can function properly, because staying in the home, we're also taking away the oxygen and the vitamin D that we need from the outside and socializing with other people as well, but keeping it safe at the same time.
Yes.
So that's how we look at that. So yeah, I'm excited about what's going on.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. Oh my goodness. I am excited as well.
Yeah.
And the community definitely need you ladies. And so I am just super excited about everything that's taking place. And like you were saying, and I love the fact, like you were saying, how it is, especially with the cleaning service and with the water, it's so much to learn as a community. And so Jackie, I'm going back over to you now with Clean and Fresh Water. With your company, you gave us the background of it, but here in Wisconsin, that was a whole nother level. What is it that brought along with as far as legacy? Did that mean that you were the first lady here in Wisconsin that had that experience or has one of those type of companies? What did that, because I seriously, I was just, when you told me what you were launching, I'm like, I don't know what that means, right? But you've been educating me along the way. You have. And so what did that mean? What did that mean?
So yes, it's a family legacy, starting with my uncle. So I thought about my children. My children have been very helpful to me in all my small business endeavors. So I thought immediately about them. I thought about the children in the community that wouldn't have, or like you said, wouldn't even know how to get started in the water industry. Let's know the water industry is very broad. And so I just want us to say that we stick with bottled water only, and we work with co-packers, and then also in water treatment, but we're very basic when it comes to in-home filtration systems. But those are huge sub-industries in the water industry as well. So I thought about every time I went to an event, an industry event, and didn't see us there.
Yes.
I can recall my uncle took us to Nashville, Tennessee, in 2016 to the National Water Treatment Convention. And there were maybe 5 Black people walking around out of thousands of Caucasians. And so I just sat and thought, like, I have to really structure my business so I can hire and train some of the young people that's looking for jobs. And at that time, like I said, Flint, Michigan, they were dealing with the lead issues. And I started researching Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We have our own lead pipe issues.
Right.
And not to mention the tons of other contaminations that have creeped into our waterways. So how do we learn about those things? How do we come to understand? Because as a people, we have become very complacent with the municipality. So we trust the fact that when we turn on our water, it's safe for us, it's safe for us to consume, and nobody is thinking about this, but that's just not true.
Right.
You know, there are a lot of small particles that have entered into our water treatment, and there isn't a filter for it yet. So it's harmful for our bodies. And that's something we really have to think about in the future moving forward. So the job creation part of it, it's not just a business for me. Oh, I want to go out and I'm gonna sell you water so I can come home and drive my big fancy car, because that's the idea when we think of a small business owner, is that somebody is getting wealthy and while somebody else is suffering.
Right.
But this is a win-win-win business, because when our end customer, that's you who drink clear and fresh water, or the water that we distribute, and I know that you're being healthy now, or we talk to you about not upgrading from the small 16.9 ounce bottles to the 5 gallons, because you want to preserve the landfill. And if you got a 5-gallon water bottle, you know, it's less waste. And you're still getting a great product in the end. And getting our emails about, did you cook with your water today? Not only are you drinking it, but are you using it to cook your food with?
Yes.
Right, because the water that come into our house, we only really use 50 gallons of it for consumption. The rest of it is waste. We wouldn't the water that we wash dishes with, or wash our clothes with, or wash our car down with, you know, that's not something we're saying, oh, is this free of contaminants? But the water that we drink and we consume, you know, we really need to be mindful about, you know, what's in that water. And so that goes back to water testing. We have water test kits on our website that you can purchase for yourself. And you can do an in-home water test to see if your water has any type of contaminants, lead, arsenic, whatever. It's available on our website. You can build your own water test kit for around the ideas that you think might be in your water, or you can get one of our rapid test kits. Or call us up and we can do it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
So, to answer your question, this is a family business. It's a legacy business. We're thinking about the community. We can't wait to hire. We have hopefully coming soon in 2021 that our youth training program will come out. And I don't want to give too much information away. But however, for the summertime, we want to train some of our youth to talk to our neighbors, family members about the water they're consuming and how they purchase their water and more.
Excellent. Wow. That is awesome. And I know your heart is beaming over there, Erica, to be able to have a vehicle. Seriously, that's the key thing, is that we know our youth want to do better. And so many of us are just not getting back on our feet. And so I tell people that my ceiling will be my granddaughter's floor. I fight so hard, not for the fact of what it is that people can earn from being an entrepreneur, but what it is that you're able to empower others to be able to do. So maybe I will not be able to bear all the fruits. I've taken all the hits and things like that to be able to educate my legacy, but I know also she will not start over at square one. That's one thing I'm guaranteeing, you know? And so that's where the power come in there, right? Empowering them. And so Erica, on a daily daily basis, what is something you wake up and you say, this is my why? You know, I'm always throw that why in there because I know that what keeps us going, I know that that's the only reason why you're still here. You're still standing. But what is that? What is that? And the reason why you continue to work with those youth that may say, Miss Erica, I don't care what you're talking about. I'm finna do what I'm going to do, and that's it. Or may have given up on themselves. What keeps you going and you continue to, you know, make those avenues and those connections? You're always there advocating for that youth.
The accountability. One of the things I realized coming up, and actually sharing this with my son, being 16 years old and being a mother at such a young age, but being ashamed of being a mother at 16 years old and hiding it for the whole 9 months. Where is it that we think about our kids? What is it that at their young age are they hiding? What are the things that they're not sharing? Because if we don't give them what they need, they're not going to be able to tell us, you know, certain things that they need to tell us, because we know what it's like to hold things in ourselves. So we got to stop assuming that our kids are just, you know, free to be, they know what they're saying. They hide things still. And so I think that, you know, because we're educating them not only on entrepreneurship, but loving themselves and encouraging other people as well on the outside, knowing that you had a struggle and therefore it's going to always be a struggle with somebody. So with the kids, for me and for Jackie, is that teaching them mentally what's most important. It's hard for you to actually give love to other people when you don't understand the love that you need to have for yourself first. And so making sure, to me, for how we're doing things, exercise is a huge part of making sure these kids get what they need physically. They got to drink that water because that's the oxygen. Both of those bring oxygen to the kids, you know, and so working as well. They have ideas. Even when we give them jobs, they come up with ideas for us. So if we're training them in cleaning, they may say, hey, Miss Erica, Miss Jackie, can we do da, 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 da? And next thing you know, we got another idea where we can work with the kids. And so if we don't prepare them now, we're grateful for internet and things like that, but our kids can be drifted away from what's important using the internet. Their brain cells start to, you know, melt down. You talk about marijuana will melt their brains down. This internet, this will really confuse them, you know, with everything that's going on. So we want to make sure we feed them the right things, educate them with the right tools, bring them back to, you know, what we used to have, wood shopping, auto mechanics and things like that in our day. Nowadays, they don't have, that's not being really offered, not in our community at least, not being offered properly. And we have to stick with the consistency. We can't just come up with an idea and then just let it go. We have to continue to be consistent with them so that they know that it's important. We can become lackadaisical and sit back and be like, yeah, we're making all this good money now. What? But what about the kids? What about, you know, them even going in and teaching their family? You know, you got a mother and father that may not be educated in certain areas, but because of what you teach the youth, they can take it back home because it starts at home. It doesn't matter who the teacher is, as long as the wisdom is being spread abroad.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Woo, that's it. Wow, I tell you, and you guys probably didn't even know, but Erica Mitchell is a professional speaker. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, right? And so I definitely want to be able to go ahead. I know that this is probably the longest interview for My City, My Biz, but I feel that it's just extra important because there's a whole enterprise here. There's actually an entire platform of hope, of opportunities between these two ladies. So I feel that it's only right for us to be able to give them that much time today on My City, My Biz Live magazine, because I want them to come in their own way. They have so much to be able to offer to the community. And so why is it that you need to come out to My City, My Biz and not only meet them, but think of how it is that you can incorporate them into your business? Because I know as I'm thinking today, like, how is it now that, you know, just it reignited some some things. And to see when she said personalized water, I know that with my company, Entrepreneur Society, as we launch next year, it is all about being able to say everything I hold when I walk into my bathroom, when I'm so very just humbly proud that I can look on my shelving and see every single opportunity or entrepreneur that they provided the opportunity. My products are all of them. Every single thing that I just about wear, I can say I got it from an entrepreneur. And I see you both out there always supporting and grinding for and with those entrepreneurs. So I'm going to turn the stage over to the both of you to be able to come in however you want, and then just bring me back up when you both are done, whether it's educating, training, talking about your enterprises, however that may be. But I'm going to turn this right over to you and Erica Mitchell, Jaqueline, okay?
Awesome. So I will start off by talking directly to the youth. We understand that you are hurting right now. This is a really rough period, and 2020 has been hard for all of us. But we want you to understand that you don't have to give up. You shouldn't give up, even though it might be a hard and rough patch. There are people that are working behind the scenes that might not have a huge platform, that isn't out on the corner blowing their horn, telling you everything that they're doing, but there are people who are behind the scenes that are mothers, that are fathers, that are aunts, that are uncles. Not only are we business owners, but we're family to you, and we're working on creating something for your future, so you can grab the skills necessary to make a living for yourself and your own family, build and create your own skills. As an entrepreneur, I was young too. As a person, I was young too, and I could have gotten caught up in my life circumstances. I was a high school dropout, but look at me now. I went on and I have degrees that I fought and worked hard for. And I also have a business and a family that I provide for, and I'm happy. And it wasn't easy, but I built a community of people who believed in me. And so just talking to the young people, I just want you to know that I believe in you. And if you need any help or encouragement, reach out. If you need to know a direction to go in, we might not have the answer, but we can help in some way or another or fashion. So I just wanted to put that out there first, because that's what we do it for. I have a son, I have 2 daughters, I have grandchildren who I want to live in peace and in harmony, and I want them to be successful. I look at my friends' kids, and I look at them, and I want to see you grow up to be happy, to live long, to grow old, because our young people are dying really young. And I could talk about violence and all, but it's about self-control. Control yourself, and you can control your environment. And if you feel like you're losing control, go to someone that you can trust to help build you up, to cover you in your time of need. So with that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to Erica, or both of us rather.
I'm grateful for that. I don't really have much to say because Jaqueline pretty much said it when it comes to the youth. YOU, you, me and you. We're still youth, no matter how old we get. We're young. We're still learning things. We do have an obligation as a village to take care of our families, to take care of, our communities, and then show the world that we are, powerful people, anointed, gifted, and there are things that's, missing, but we're going to find those things as we work together as a team, and not just a team like we're business partners as a team, talking about as a community, to come together as a team. Without the unity in a community, we can't be a community. So it's very important that we still walk in unity, we walk in integrity, encouraging each other, knowing it's okay to accept a loss, because sometimes winning isn't everything. We have to go back to the drawing board, and like she said, with the youth, we're here. That's what we're here for, to let you know that we've made the mistakes, we've been there, we've done it, and we're not here to promote criticism. If anything, we're here to encourage you to do all that you can and bring out the gifts that's inside of you to make you a better person and, within yourself, your confidence, and in the society that we're in. So I'm grateful. I mean, just to have a platform for humble women who've been there and done it. We didn't do some things. We tried to open up everything.
if it's a business,
and we
started it. If it was out there, I tried it once before.
We done tried it before, and so the thing is we done did some of everything. But the goal is being consistent, and just having a passion to help other people.
Perfume.
We're planting seeds right now, and then we're watering them. Yeah. But we already know where the increase come from. So as you plant your seed, don't give up on the growth. We're going to keep watering it and praying for you to make better decisions, because we know what it's like to make the wrong decisions, and want to give up, but we kept going.
Yeah.
No matter what, we kept going, and we still have our moments, but we keep going. She could say something to me, and my daughter said the other day, she's like, Mom, she said, Titi Jackie, she's not listening. I say, I'm used to this. This. We know what's going on. So that's the most important thing, to have a really good, trustworthy friendship, business partnership, entrepreneurship, whatever you want to call it. We have to have respect for each other. And that's what I love about our relationship when it comes to business, friendship, everything. We teach each other. And that's the most important thing, is to want to be able to sit back and learn from each other. So I'm grateful for the opportunity. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Shantina. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for your friends. Y'all putting $100 together to start My City, My Biz, because without you sitting on that side, we couldn't sit on this side.
Yeah.
And so it all works together. We are this community. We are manifesting great things in the city of Milwaukee. We are not hopeless. We are not dead. We are not what they say.
Yes.
We are great people.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the water.
Yeah.
On the water.
We walking on water. You know how I used to tell people all the time, don't just keep your head above water, walk on it.
Come on.
And that's the goal. We can walk on water so that we know how awesome we are as not just people, but individuals in our own communities and things like that. And being able to work with, other people. Mm-hmm. How can we work with others on the outside and we can't work together with each other? That's a problem for me.
Yes, it is. Wow, that's so powerful. And it is hugely a problem for me when I told people what my vision was. And I continue to fight. And whether I make a dime or whatever, I know what my end goal is, because it is just so satisfying when a person finally get it. And they say, wow, Shantina's been talking about collaborative economics. And why is it that people say, well, you could have been a lot further ahead if you were not trying to be the Harriet Tubman of entrepreneurship? And I say, and I'm fine with that. I am so good with that, because I see when they get it, when a person truly get it and say that, no, it's not the fact that you made it, but that we made it. And that's when you can go ahead and truly celebrate. I tell people, I don't care what side of the fence that you're on. You could be at that place where you're wealthy, but if I can't look and I can't say that my niece, my nephew, my brother, my sister, they are no longer in the soup line. They're no longer having to deal with the state for any kind of assistance. I haven't arrived. I have not arrived. So my work has so much to do with making sure that everybody wins that wants to, because that's another thing. We learn those lessons that not everybody wants to win. And I tell people, yes, that's true to a little bit of a fact. Because I know that there's people out there that want to, but feel as though in this life, that's not possible, because I was that person. I really truly thought that I was just too far behind to even think about helping someone else. But I continued to sow those seeds, continue through the pain and hurt that I was going through, homelessness, all of those things. I was able to take all of that and tell somebody, there is nothing you can tell me the reason why you cannot move forward. I'm sorry. I can sit across the table from anybody and go toe to toe with you and let you know there's no excuse. Excuses, they excuse you, right? But they still do not. It still doesn't help the greater part of what we're here for. So really, they don't excuse you. So I don't accept excuses, because I don't give them. And so that's usually who we surround ourselves around. And so I am truly thankful to just be in relationship and in power. When you said ship, I tell people, own your ship, own your ship. Because guess what? The ownership, that's the biggest ship no one ever wants to board. People talk about taking those cruises and things like that. But when it comes down to us owning our ship, a lot of times we do not choose to. That's the reason why we never have a vehicle large enough to be able to carry someone else. But when you're talking about the friendship, right? You're talking about the relationship. People don't understand it starts with the ship. So I appreciate you ladies. I really do. And we do. We have many ships: entrepreneurship, relationship, friendship, all of those things. And it just warms my heart to see you both here and what it is that you put out there and continue. God is going to continue to give it back tenfold. So we are that example, you guys. So there are some books that people may never pick up, but I believe we in the community, and going back to the 53206 Milwaukee, we are proud. That's why it's called My City, My Biz. People was like, well, why you call it My City, My Biz? Because we got to own it. You know, people that's in office, we selected them, but we have to still own it and then make sure that we hold them accountable to do what it is that we want for our city, right? But then also, it's my business. It's my business if you both are hungry. It's my business if you both don't know that next step to take. It is our business. So it's my city. It is my business. I want everyone to understand that and know that. And we are. Every time you look around that room, when we're at My City, My Biz, you see a lot of people that is owning it. They're owning it. They're in the city. And 53206, I don't know if either one of you guys grew up in that area, but we're representing 53206 real well. When I tell you the people that have come out of 53206, and we are so proud. And I know they have a whole nother picture that they painted of 53206, but that's now. And we're working hard to change that narrative as well. So I appreciate you ladies. Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us. And as I'm walking out of the door, we want to tell people, please pick up the trash in the city. Don't litter.
Please. Don't litter.
Please don't litter.
It hurts. It hurts my heart. Shantina, you asked the question, why not?
Yes.
Why not?
Wow. That's it.
Why not?
That's it, Erica. Come on now.
Absolutely.
Why not? Wow.
Who said it couldn't happen? Who said it couldn't happen?
So we're grateful. Thank you.
Yes.
Wow.
So protect our children, protect our women, protect our men.
Yes.
Protect each other.
Protect our community.
That's right.
It's time. And so we thank you guys for all tuning in. For getting my hair.
It look good.
Oh, it look good, right? It sure does. Yes, you ladies look good. And Body by E, she represent anyway, right? Just that beauty period comes through. So thank you.
All the time. She's such a natural beauty.
Yes,
thank you, Shantina.
Wow. So you guys, ladies, thank you once again for joining us. And so where is it that they can best find you both? I want to make sure that they find you both very easily, and they represent Wisconsin, you guys, Milwaukee, but that doesn't mean that their business is bound to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And so let us know where it is that we can find you.
So awesome. With Clear and Fresh Water, you could just go online and type in www.clearfreshwater.com. That's 3 words, Clear Fresh Water, and you'll see our products and the services that we offer. And then for the Clean Bees, you can just connect with us on Facebook, and it's at Clean Bees LLC. So it's KLEENBZZ. LLC.
And if you want to get our email address, it's the same, cleanbees@gmail.com. So we got the website coming soon, so we excited about it.
Awesome.
So just please drink your water. It's really important that you drink your water. If you're feeling like why you feeling lethargic or something like that, it's because you're not getting enough water. It's just the truth.
Get your rest and don't litter.
Yes, please don't litter.
Stop the violence. Stop the violence.
All of that, everything. Wow. So thank you all so very much for tuning in. Remember these 2 young ladies, they are the reason. These are community revivers. We are reviving the economy and our communities one entrepreneur at a time. You can't do business without handling the business of others and their hearts and what it is that they're passionate about, but also keeping our city safe, making sure that we are in charge of what's to come. So thank you guys once again. Take care, take charge, and remember to always stop pressing the snooze buttons on your dreams. Take care and take charge. This is My City, My Biz signing out, and see you on November 28th. That's right, November 28th, noon. Get to www.sggnGroup.com and find out how you can connect with us. These two young ladies is going to have no less than 100 free tickets, because yes, we do have admission this year, but the only way that you can get into that expo free is by making sure that you partner up or look for one of our actual vendors that will have those free tickets for you to go ahead and join us with My City, My Biz, 40,000 square feet. You hear me? We keep it
nice.
So thank you.